Hello, Year 11. So, as you're going to be off for 14 days, we have created work for the 10 English lessons that you would have missed. Now, instead of doing different parts of one of the texts that you are studying, we are going to do the unseen poem aspect that you haven't done yet. So it is new content. It is something that you will have to do. It is definitely in your exams, and it's something you will need to work on. What you're seeing on your screen now are the 10 lessons I've created on the sheet for you. Each classes are slightly different. Don't worry about that. I need you to do your last lessons. So the first task is quite simple. Okay, you need to research poetic, structural, and language devices and create yourself a cheat sheet. So term, definition, and example. You need to revise these to help you with the unseen poetry and the poetry unit. Challenge yourselves. Try and dual code your cheat sheets or create images or illustrations to support your revision. Then when you get into that exam, you might not remember something. You might not be able to remember something like alliteration, but if you had a certain image that you think of when you think of alliteration, it might jump into your mind. Second, okay, you need to read the cheat sheet for the unseen poetry element. That is this. Okay, so you need to read this through. Basically tells you how to annotate a poem and how to approach question 1. You then need to read and annotate the model answer, which is here. Okay, so read through this first top bit here and annotate which of these things you can see. Okay, you then need to create a what went well and an EBI. From your EBI, I expect you to then rewrite the paragraph, incorporate in your EBI. Okay, this is what you have to do for it. You do not know who the poem's going to be from. You cannot do context or be expected to do context because it's an unseen poem. You have not been taught it before. You will never have seen this poem before. There's a high chance of that. The chances of actually being one we've studied throughout your time in school are very slim when you think how many poems there are out there. So you walk into it blind, which is why you need to be good at pointing out in your own work and another work where these different reading stages are that we do. Okay, what's good and what's bad, what needs to be improved. So when you're in that exam and you read back through your answer, you can say, oh, I didn't do this, I'll put it in now. Do it last tricks, get that added in. So that is really important. That is your lesson 2. Okay, so that's lesson 2 done. Once you've done that, you are going to work your way through the questions. Okay, so for example, lesson 2, read the poem Brothers, read through the poem. Simple enough. Underline, look any words you don't understand. So again, developing your vocabulary. Write a couple of sentences summary. What is the poem about? What's it talking about? What feelings does it have? And then D, complete lists of tasks. There are different tasks to go with that poem. You then need to design your own question based on the themes you have identified. Okay, so what happens is you need to create your own question that you're going to answer based on the poem Brothers. So pick a theme, and then talk about how it is shown in that poem. I've also included with you a sheet of how to approach the unseen poetry, and that gives you an example question which you can then change. If you are struggling to create your own, contact me via Show My Homework and I will help you, but I would like you to have a go. So even send me a couple of questions that you've thought of and I will choose one or help you modify one. But you really need to be thinking about these for yourself, because if you can create the questions, it will be easier for you to understand how to then answer the questions. You'll do the same again for 5 and 6. Okay. And then you will do the say, and then obviously it'll change a little bit when it gets to 7 and you'll be comparing 2 together. So you need to work your way through this. Lessons that I've given you, any problems you need to speak to me directly through Show My Homework and I will address any issues that you have got. I'll be in school still, okay, or contactable. You've got my email, okay, it's on your school emails. You can obviously message me through Show My Homework, and as soon as I can, I will get back in touch with you. So give it a good go. If you need to miss something out and go back to it, that is okay, but give it a good go, try your best, and then I will see what you've done, and then we can go from there. Don't just message and ask for help with something specific and be really broad. Be specific, okay, with what it is you need help with. Give it a good go first. Show me what you've done and tell what part it is you're struggling with. We need to challenge it ourselves now. Good luck.